guys, welcome back to part 4 of my Knitting 101 series. So far we have learned what we need to get started knitting, how to cast on, and how to do the knit stitch. And if you are behind and don't know how to do any of those things, then go back and check out my other 3 parts to this series. They're on my YouTube channel and my blog. I'll try to link some of them below. But anyway, for part 4, we're going to learn how to do the purl stitch. So you can see that this section of this little piece and this top section looks a little bit different. This bottom section here is made with just rows of doing the knit stitch, just knit stitch only, which we learned in the previous lesson. And then this top part here is made in rows of doing a row of knit stitch and a row of purl stitch. So it forms this different little pretty little texture. So you can see how there's quite a difference in the look of it. And you know, we're just going to jump right into this, and I'm going to show y'all how to do the purl stitch. So the first thing you need to do when doing the purl stitch is take your working yarn and put it to the front of your work. Typically, you know, when you do a knit stitch, your working yarn is in the back. But for the purl stitch, we're going to put it in the front. And we're going to come over here and grab our next stitch, and we're going to insert our stitch. It's going to be a little bit backwards from the knit stitch, because typically we go under the stitch. This way we're going through the front of it, like so. And I'll zoom in just a little bit so y'all can see a little bit closer what I'm doing. So instead of going under it, we're going in the front of our stitch, like so, taking our yarn, wrapping it around, pulling our loop up, and pulling it off. That's a purl stitch. So we're going to keep our yarn in front. Get it on up here. I'm going to insert my needle in the front of the stitch, wrap it around, pull it off. And sometimes it's easier to watch than for me to try to explain it. And that's how you do the purl stitch. So always make sure your yarn's in the front. We're going to put it in the front, wrap it around, pull it off. The front, wrap it around, pull it off. And that's how you do the purl stitch. And I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure and click the subscribe button and check out my blog for free knitting patterns and for other knit stitch tutorials. And happy knitting, guys!